In our last video, our focus was on building and perfecting the prawn kingdom, a vast underwater world designed specifically for our giant prawns. But while that project has been thriving, one of our old homes has been sitting neglected. This 40-gallon breeder aquarium was once home to some of our prawns, but now that they've moved on, this tank has been left behind. Its glass covered in thick algae, its substrate packed with weeks of buildup, and its overall state less than ideal. But today, that changes. Today, we're giving this forgotten tank a brand new purpose. I start by tackling the most obvious problem, the algae. Thick green layers cling to the glass, obscuring the view inside. With every scrape, sheets of algae peeled away, revealing a glimpse of the clarity beneath the grime. It's oddly satisfying, but scraping the glass is just the beginning. As I'm siphoning out some of the old murky water, I notice something concerning. The substrate is absolutely filthy, and that's when I realize this won't be a simple cleanup. If I really want to bring this tank back to life, I have to go all in. I begin removing everything from inside the tank. Rocks, plants, decorations, all of that remains is dark, nutrient-packed substrate. And that's when I noticed something I wasn't expecting. Despite all the chaos, there's still life in this tank. Swimming through the stirred-up debris, a small group of full gold guppies dart between the remaining plants. These were the former tank mates of the prawns, and somehow they've continued to thrive in this neglected world. These guppies are tough. They've survived poor water conditions, competition with prawns, and now a full-scale cleanup. And as I watch them weave through the cloudy water, I decide they deserve to stay. But first, we need to deal with the mess I've just made. With the substrate disturbed, the water is now a complete disaster. Thick clouds of debris swirl through the tank, turning everything into a muddy haze. A situation like this is what water changes were made for. As fresh water is gradually added, I take a moment to step away and check on our prawn kingdom. And what I see is incredible. At first, I don't spot anything. The underwater world is vast, filled with intricate wood structures and dense greenery, but then I see them. Several of our prawns have climbed up into their underwater canopy, perched among the hornwort and driftwood, lazily feeding on whatever organic matter they can find. They're thriving, exploring, living the exact way I had hoped when designing this ecosystem. For a moment, I just watch, because this is what makes the hobby so rewarding. Seeing a world you created come to life. But our work isn't done yet. Back at the 40-gallon breeder, the water has been cleared, and now we can rebuild. First, we need structure. While we were looking at the prawns, I went ahead and introduced two large marble pieces that I had laying around, carefully positioning them as a retaining wall for the substrate. These simple additions give the tank two distinct elevations, a higher back section and a lower front section. This is important. Elevation adds depth, creating a more dynamic and natural layout. With the foundation in place, it's now time to add life. For this tank, I've chosen Amazon sword plants, large, sturdy, and perfect for providing cover. One by one, I pull out my Amazon swords, planting them into the elevated section, spacing them out evenly along the back. As they grow, they'll create a lush, jungle-like canopy, perfect for any fish that call this tank home. As for the foreground, well, that's where I'm going to need your help. Right now, it's going to just be bare substrate, a blank canvas. But I'm considering turning it into a fully carpeted aquascape, maybe with pearlweed, or maybe something else entirely. Let me know in the comments, what would you plant here? For now, we leave the tank overnight. allowing the plants to settle and the water to stabilize. And when we return the next morning, the transformation is stunning. The water is crystal clear. The plants have settled in beautifully. The structure of the tank is exactly how I envisioned it. But let's take a closer look. Something's catching my eye. At first, I think it's just the breeze drifting through the water, but then I see movement. Tiny flickers of life darting in and out of the Amazon sword plants. And that's when it hits me. We have newborn baby full gold guppies. Somewhere in the process of moving the adults, one of the females must have given birth. And now, dozens of tiny fry are navigating their brand new world, instinctively seeking shelter among the leaves. This is a huge deal. These aren't just fish. This is the next generation of our full gold guppy colony. Seeing them thrive in this tank so soon after its rebuild is proof that this environment is working. Of course, baby guppies in the mix, we'll have to keep an eye on them to make sure they have enough cover to stay safe. And who knows, maybe this tank will turn into a dedicated breeding ground for our guppies. But for now, we'll let them settle in while we add the rest of our fish. It's time to reintroduce some new life. Over in their 20-gallon long tank, I carefully select 4 male guppies with slightly off coloration, and of course, I pick out 4 female girlfriends to join them. One by one, they're introduced to their new home. At first, they hesitate. Their environment is so unfamiliar. But within minutes, they begin exploring and darting through the plants, inspecting every corner. And with that, our forgotten tank has been reborn. But before we go, I want to show you something. The pearlweed farms. 2 100-gallon ponds filled with green water and direct sunlight. These are perfect conditions for growing pearlweed in bulk. If we do go forward with carpeting the tank, this will be our endless supply. And with that, our work here is done, at least for now. Every tank, every ecosystem, every small decision brings us closer to something incredible, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Whether you're setting up a shrimp tank, aquascaping a planted tank, or even building a full-on pond, we've got you covered. So head over to bishopaquatics.com and see what's in stock while supplies last. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.